Say it in comments. Say it in comments.
Saying something now.
Check. 1, 2.
Check.
Test. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, yeah, you just have to keep that one pretty close to your mouth.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You're listening to Say It in Common, where we talk about it all, not just Dungeons and Dragons. I'm AJ Cannon.
I'm Seth Templin.
I'm not Tyrell Merle because he didn't show up. I'm Dustin Full. Welcome to Say It Common.
We're on the road.
We're taking the podcast to the streets.
To the road.
Finding out what our fans really want in an episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully the sound quality isn't going to be absolutely terrible. Oh, gosh.
Already an interruption.
Already had a call.
It's Tyrell. Hello. What?
All right.
You're on Say It in Common.
Hold on. What's up?
Welcome to Say It in Common, Tyrell.
I'm sorry. Cameron is looking for a way to get over there or over here. So,
Well, we're full now.
We're full.
Oh, is he in Drasco or what?
yeah, he was asking if he could carpool with me. I was like, I'm already in Batesville. I can't worry.
Well, he's going to have to at least drive to Concord.
Okay.
And then-
You want
Now we have to call Ryan back.
Tyrell.
I don't know. He's either... We're going to have to take 2 vehicles.
3 vehicles because Tyrell's is already there.
I mean, he can either... You can tell him he can either drive the whole way or he can meet us at Concord in like 15 minutes and ride
In the
with
back.
Ryan or in the bed of my truck. He probably just needs to drive there.
Okay. Yeah,
We could fit 3 people back here, I guess.
No. You and Ryan back there with Cameron? No, that's not.
I
There's
think
no way.
we could.
No.
Like, I'm spread out like an eagle right now, but I
Absolutely
mean-
not. That's not happening.
I think we could do it.
At the very least, he needs to meet us in Concord and we can
I
figure
hate
it
to
out.
make someone have to ride by themselves.
Okay, well in that case he can ride with Ryan in Ryan's truck.
Well, then they're both.
Or in Cameron's car.
Yeah, okay. Good point.
It's not our problem.
Right.
It's Tyrell's
It's
problem.
Tyrell's fault.
How is it my fault? I misunderstood. I get that.
Don't
Okay.
misunderstand.
It was my fault on the text, but I thought I had made it clear already.
Welcome.
Why did you not check in? Like, you want me to drive all the way here by myself, AJ? What the heck?
Yeah, we always ride together, Ty.
I'm surprised
I
you
just thought, well, I thought what you meant was that you had already left.
Yeah, I know. I know, that's my fault. That is my fault.
He was
I gotta
afraid
do
that he
better.
meant that you were expecting him to come pick you up at your house. This was much worse.
I gotta do better. I gotta be better. Anyway, tell Cameron to go to Concord School in the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay.
And if he's not there, we're leaving without it.
This is not the Marines.
Okay, see you in a
We
little
will leave a man behind.
bit. Okay, anyway. So this episode and every episode is brought to you by Tiger Skull RPG.
Tiger Skull!
And, Alex, he's busy with his actual job. So, you know what? Y'all need to go support Tiger Skull RPG. You need to go buy some stuff so he can quit his job and do what he's really good at, has a passion for, which is creating 5th edition content, video games, all kinds of cool stuff. Go check it out at tigerskullrpg.com. Follow him on Instagram. And then use our code Commoners30 for 30% off in the store. Also, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Commoners Official and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/CommonersDND. We do streams Mondays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Been doing Dead by Daylight lately.
And here late we die on stream.
And Seth's been there twice. His wife's mad.
She is?
Yeah. You streamed twice this week.
She normally doesn't let you stream once. Yeah, so anyway, we've been having some fun over there at Dead by Daylight. We're pretty bad at it, but I think we're maybe getting a little bit
I think
of
so.
an idea of how to play now.
I'm gonna have to
Did
watch.
any of y'all watch the videos I sent?
Not yet.
I didn't have time.
I haven't
but I was
played.
going to.
They're pretty short, and the guy's actually funny. It's not just like a boring tutorial. He makes
that's-
jokes and stuff.
I mean,
No, that's
playing
fine. I
just kind of shows you what you're supposed to do.
Playing as the killer and seeing how hard it is to actually hit somebody if they move certain ways, now I know how to evade.
You need serpentine, son. Serpentine.
Yeah. If we learn how to evade, you can keep them occupied for a long time while somebody's fixing a generator.
What I think we need to do is do a custom game and take turns practicing as the killer and just like get in loops and like practice running away.
Probably not a bad idea.
I think that would help us a lot.
Learning the terrain will benefit both the killer players and the survivors.
Yeah, learning the map. Yeah, maps.
Because I never know where anything is. I find one generator, and that's my generator.
Yeah.
I never get more than like 15 squares from it.
And me, AJ, and Ryan last night were finishing some generators.
We were. We didn't make it out sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was way more on my skill checks yesterday.
I still can't get over that very first. What's she? The Bloody Mary woman or the nurse?
Oh yeah,
the nurse that teleported behind the wall and then slapped you on your way out. That was my favorite. That was my favorite loss.
That was a pretty funny loss.
That was one of the.
I was like, man, I can't believe they're just letting me get out of here.
AJ's like, I did it.
No, it was me. It was me.
You?
Yeah.
Was it you? Oh, okay. I was watching AJ play on the stream. I was watching because I was watching on OBS, and he was like, I'm out. Slap. Oh. And I remember at one point you saying, "Oh, she's on her way. I hear the heartbeat." I don't know what happened.
I bet they can just tell. They can just tell when it's somebody that doesn't know how to play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I was watching like those guys, those survivors last night when you were the huntress and you were like trying to guard one, like, and I could see like out of the corner of your screen you could see them let that person down.
The huntress
just sat
was
there
really
the whole
bad
time.
too because you can't aim.
I think that you used the one time I was like you hit with your hatchet, you used it correctly. I think you're just supposed to throw it through windows when they're leaping through windows. That's the only time you should be throwing that hatchet, not out in the open.
Because they can't dodge it.
But then she's slow. She's slower than a lot of them.
Yeah.
I want a fast character.
I think
you need to buy Ghostface.
I like the hag.
We may find out this is like a thing with all the hunters. I think the longer that you're in front of them, the faster they get. Because it seems like the reason that the looping and the bobbing and weaving is so effective is it's all about breaking that line of sight. Right. And it's interesting because that's also, for anyone who's played another Ghost game on Steam, I'm trying to remember the name of, where you have to everyone's on a team together. You have to identify the ghost. I cannot think of the name of that game, but I've played it a couple times. But basically, the way that game works is you have to break line of sight with the ghost, or they will speed towards you, and you can't outrun them. You can only outrun them for like the first couple seconds.
Well, I know Ghostface. If you stay in his line of sight for a certain amount of time, you get marked.
Yeah,
that's why they stand there.
That's part of like their
that's part of his gimmick.
Yeah, I think he like crouches and like looks around a corner and finds you.
And when he's crouching, I didn't realize it until Seth actually said something. I think it was Seth during that Monday game. It's like there was no heartbeat when he's crouching. Yeah. He does not give a heartbeat.
I think when you're marked, there's no heartbeat either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Plus, I think he can just go like.
Yeah.
I think he can just turn himself undetectable on like a timer.
Possibly, yeah.
Because that's how he sneaks up on you.
You were the one who could turn invisible last night with the bell thing.
Yeah, we've never played that killer. He was my favorite one to play.
Was he? Okay.
But I mean, if you're truly invisible, I don't know.
But you can't hit, and you have to like take a few seconds to.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I would have ever went invisible.
You just run around, and he was pretty quick too.
Yeah, he was quick.
What was that one called?
No. The
I thought you said the hag was your favorite play.
Well, I like the hag, and I like the other dude. He's the very first one.
Did you play the doctor?
No, we didn't try the doctor.
The doctor.
Well, now we did play doctor who was good, I guess.
I know. Oh, that's Ryan down there. I didn't realize that was him.
I thought he said he'd take a while.
Yeah, he did. Well, now he has to drive.
We have to figure out.
Hold on, Ryan. Hold on.
We have to figure out. Welcome to Saying Common, Ryan, and we have to figure out some mess.
So here's the deal. Okay. Cameron was at his house, and he was trying to figure out a way to get there. Okay. So we just told him to meet us here. Okay. Because either he's going to have to drive, or, I mean,
y'all can pair up.
Or y'all can pair up.
Or we can try to put 3 back here.
Or you all pile in here with pizza.
It's going to be extremely uncomfortable, but...
Yeah, I was planning on driving in the first place.
Yeah, I know, but... I mean, now you don't get to be on Say It in Common, which you weren't going to be in the first place anyway.
Yeah, I never am.
It's just...
You are too.
You're on it all every time.
You've been on the last one.
I've been on twice.
You show up right before it's
and just drop
over, like last
knowledge.
30 minutes.
I'm not invited.
And drop knowledge.
I'm not invited.
That is not
to
true.
Be on Say It in Common. I'm not special enough to be on Say It in
Common.
I wasn't either until I said doing it. I want to do Say It in Common.
You know that we're doing it. Okay, welcome back to Say It in Common. We've added Ryan Armstrong to the podcast.
Hey!
Well, Ryan, you're talking here. That's your mic. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to try extra hard or anything, but that's where it's at.
Yeah.
What do you got in here so far, bro?
I've got 2 pepperonis and 1 sausage.
Chicken bacon ranch.
Ordering common pizza.
Chicken bacon ranch.
Common ordering.
The common pizza order. Down the road, no signal. been waiting. I didn't get a message from Tyrell. We didn't know what Cameron was doing. If I left that in the podcast. So Cameron was in Drasco. We didn't know that. Tyrell drove to Cave City. We didn't know that.
Was
And
that a school we were just at?
Yeah.
Maybe do they have cell blockers in the parking lot? Because I have signal now.
it's possible.
Actually, they might. I think I actually heard something about that.
Oh,
Well, I
well.
have signal now.
I thought that would have made sense because I used to have signal there all the time. Anyway, so we stopped waiting to see what Cameron was going to do. He decides he's just going to drive.
So
That
we're
part's
gonna-
on Tyrell. Then it's on the fact that I didn't have signal. That's on me. Also, it's on me that
It's AJ's fault.
Tyrell didn't know that we weren't meeting at my house.
So the moral of the story is AJ needs to do better.
It's on me. I've got to be better. I've been being better lately, but it's
But
still
he stopped being better this morning when he woke up.
there's still improvement to be done. Anyway, I guess let's
You
go.
okay with a buffalo pizza?
Yeah, sure. Just add whatever. Add one pizza, whatever you want it to be. If you
I'll-
want to edit something else, it's there. I don't care.
I'll just eat the other two he's already added, the whatever and the pepperoni.
You're the pickiest person I know.
Get that buffalo out of here.
So keeping it common,
It
about
still doesn't.
episode
It won't add it.
37 of the campaign.
So that game will be on before this does, right? So
Right,
we'll-
yeah.
That was it was a fun combat aftermath. I'm excited. I was really happy to learn more about the circle, even though I don't ever foresee us going back to them for
Nope,
anything.
won't ever be back there.
Well,
Yeah.
you're jumping ahead.
Won't darken the doors of that
We
place.
got to
ever
talk
again.
about Dustin for an hour first.
I don't want to talk about Dustin for an hour
Why?
Because he felt like he
took
took up the whole game, and I didn't think so at all.
I stayed back. Well, A, because I feel like it does make sense, and B, because I was like, I have been talking way too much.
What? Just because you and Vistard had a conversation?
Yeah, and then Seth turned around and did a freaking dream sequence. I'm just like,
That's me and Anthony every game. Everybody wants it. Like no, but we haven't ever had Giller's backstory.
I knew that was coming, but I forgot in the moment when I was talking to Ryan, and I was like, damn, I just talked a lot.
I like Giller's backstory. I want to know it.
Yeah.
What do y'all think of his dream sequences? Do y'all what's some guesses?
You want some speculation?
Yeah,
from
give
me?
me some
Yeah, yeah.
speculation.
I think. Okay, well, you're a human, right?
Yes.
There has to be some way. You were like here when Draxus took over or something, and I don't know if you were like encased in stone, somehow preserved, like a Captain America situation, and now you don't remember your childhood. So at some point you were like awoken, and I don't think you had a childhood in this era. And I don't know. Where did you grow up? Do you know what town you grew up in?
I've never been descriptive about my growing up.
Okay.
Bro, it still won't add a pizza.
No pizza.
Will it let you go to the checkout?
Yeah, I went to that, and then I add more food, and I go through the whole thing, and I try to choose
Just
one.
why don't you just close it out and start over? Can you do that for me?
Just don't forget to add that pepperoni.
And the meat lovers.
Yeah, and the meat lovers. Love meat lovers.
Carnivore delight.
Why don't you have the app?
I refuse to download apps for
Thank you.
restaurants and
Thank
for
you.
normal stores.
Some of
That
them-
is absolutely ridiculous because you get free stuff for having the app.
Nope.
Oh,
don't
no.
care.
Oh,
Don't
How
care.
often do you order pizza?
Oh,
I
sir.
refuse to
You'd
cave
have
in.
like 10 free pizzas.
You actually don't need the Pizza Hut app to get points and use those for free stuff.
He isn't logged in. He isn't signed
Oh,
in.
yeah, you don't get anything.
I refuse.
I
to do
refuse
that.
to take advantage of the things
Yep.
that people give me.
Yep, absolutely do.
The only reason I can agree with AJ is because I know a lot of people are worried about their security, and the apps have your credit card information on them, and you don't really know how widespread that is. So I'm not gonna discredit what he's saying for
No,
that
that's
simple
not
reason.
why.
But if that's not why, then you're ridiculous.
No.
That's the only reason I can. That's the only reason I can see common ground.
I refuse to conform to the societal norm.
All right,
which is-
Amanda.
I do that by staying off of social media. I'm still gonna have my food.
Okay,
apps.
well that's fine. I mean, everybody's got their thing.
Yeah.
Anywho, so yeah, that's what I think. I think you underwent some type of change.
Your
whether-
phone is just not working, dude.
It's an iPhone. What do you expect?
That's not true.
That's exactly
So
what
it was some type of magical situation where you were like changed or preserved under the power of the gods or lack thereof, and now you're like
See, I
an
just call it
otherworldly. I think you're like a supernatural being.
What?
I just call him
I could have done that. Could have done it. Might as well do that.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do.
Well, wait till we get signal.
We'll just call in and be like, "Hey, Pizza Hut, you're on
Yeah,
time."
you know, now that we're all in here, like I thought originally I was gonna need to pay for them online because Ryan was picking them up, or I would have just called. but we can just get there and use a car. That's what we'll do. When we get signal, I have to wait till we get to the bottom of the mountain here.
Yeah.
Golly, what a day.
Tyrell.
I mean, a lot of
I
this
blame
is on
Tyrell for this.
Tyrell. It really is a lot on Tyrell. Okay, so
He
Dustin,
needs to be better.
I don't want you. I don't want you to tell us if that's accurate. That's my speculation. Ryan, do you got anything about that?
That's pretty much the same thing I thought. Like when you're describing the stars falling from the sky, I very much saw this like that's when the gods were done away with.
Yeah.
Very interesting takes. I can't wait to learn more in the future.
Interesting.
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 Complete stone face back here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, and then I also like Seth having Tira give Buck a quest for a weapon just so he can use a great weapon. And she says, "I happen to know of this great weapon."
I can't wait for Seth to take whoever's idea that was last game and then be like, oh, you're here too? And both of them are in the graveyard.
Yeah.
You just like go their separate ways.
Urus and Buck being there.
Urus and Buck
Yeah.
both being
I don't know
there.
if I will ever put Cameron back in that graveyard.
He's wanting to upgrade all of our weapons.
So that's just something he has the ability to do.
He's never going to talk to Tumath again?
I pretty much told him as Tumath, like, I'm not like her. I don't need you, like, bringing people to me. I'm fine. You don't have to be, like, worshiping my name and, like, spreading my name around. And all that
because he
stuff.
doesn't want to do what he's doing
Because-
for someone else.
So is he just
Yeah,
going
it's just the same story twice.
Well, what if he gives him the...
That's why he wants him to vanquish the champion, the previous champion, the new champion.
Oh, okay.
I understand what he's saying. He still wants his story to be dealing with Jax.
So you just wouldn't want to run a campaign with two, like a cleric and a paladin?
I would.
Or a-
It'd be fine. But we defined all of our roles so much from the very beginning that, like, it don't make much sense just changing one of them over to a whole nother lane too much. I think I've done okay with it, but
Well,
Yeah, I think you've done
you
great
know,
with it.
I mentioned, I don't know if it was on the stream or not, but I asked if, like, I was like, can Tate's fighter levels be drained out so that he can be more of a cleric? Ted was like, no, and I'm like, well, that's basically what Cameron did. Drained out some of his warlock levels for a sorcerer randomly. So I don't know. The whole situation. It's like I don't think Cameron really.
Yeah, I need to place carry-out order.
pause.
This is common ordering.
One. Second
This.
one. Nah.
Be sure to give AJ a call if this isn't beat out.
AJ.
Everyone just send him random text messages.
Let him know what you feel about the campaign
Tell him
thus
how
far.
awesome he
Okay,
is.
I need
that he
a
needs to be
large
better.
pepperoni.
If you're
I'll do
unsatisfied
hand
with
tossed
the
on that.
level of just how
Just
things
a
are
second.
going,
What other pizzas are we trying to get?
Pepperoni, meat lovers, whatever Seth wanted.
I don't care.
Chicken parmesan.
Yeah.
Chicken parmesan, is that a thing?
Like that, we got it last one other time.
Okay, I need a large chicken
Is that what
parmesan.
Tyrell got?
Yeah.
Oh, he got pizza. Yeah.
Well, no, he got it from.
What kind of crust?
Drasco. That's the chicken bacon ranch. Just
Oh.
regular hand tossed.
Hand tossed on that one.
Okay. I knew it was something.
And then,
Drasco does really good chicken bacon.
what was that? I'm sorry. I lost signal. Are you still there? Okay, sorry, I lost signal for a second.
At this point, we can just go in and
Yes.
Pretty much.
Go in and eat.
You were feeding.
And then I also need a large meat lovers. Hand toss on that one as well. Do we normally get 3 pizzas or 4? Should we get another one?
We're down Kyle.
That is
Up a Haley.
Up a Haley.
Yeah, let's add one more pepperoni to that. Large pepperoni. Hand toss.
And a Henry.
I don't think he'll eat pizza. Maybe. I don't know.
And that'll be all.
Does Maverick eat pizza?
I wouldn't mind giving him a bite, but he ain't gonna eat a slice.
Eat the cheese, son. Just eat the cheese.
That's right.
You have teeth yet?
Yeah, a bunch.
Then yeah, you can eat pizza. Well, I mean, you can eat food.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know about pizza.
Okay, you did call the right one, right?
Yeah, the one in Miami.
You do that so quick. Asterisk and spacebar. Yeah, got it. Asterisk and spacebar.
Asterisk and spacebar. What were we on? What were we talking about?
I forgot we're still recording.
Talking about 2 math.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought, when going back to that graveyard and there being another god there and just how you described it and everything, I thought that was one of the best storytelling pieces of the whole campaign was when you did that. So I thought that was great.
You talking about with Anthony going there the first time?
No. When Cameron went there and talked
Adding
to
two math to the graveyard.
To the same,
Yeah, I think it was
like
great
the,
storytelling.
It's like the plane of the gods.
No, I think it'd be interesting just because of the way that we have done this, like just making Tira the human god, two math, the dwarven god. We've got a halfling in the group. We've got a elf in the
We
group.
have an elf in the group. We almost didn't.
Yeah.
Almost. Well, I mean, we don't all have to have a god, but
No,
it would
you
be
don't.
cool
But
if we slowly discovered
it wouldn't
them.
bother me if, like, you know, if that y'all kind of became interested or something, or met someone who was more devoted. You know,
Right. That's what I was thinking. It's like we're not the only things in this world that are trying to make changes. So it would be cool if
Kyle has literally added a gru
Yeah.
to the pantheon.
Is that the half orc god?
Maybe.
Or
he was
like,
full orc,
would
yeah.
you say? Okay, would you say that there are gods only over each race, or are there gods of like?
Well, the way I've done it now, it's kind of like each race has one, but then you could add more over specific.
Because, I mean,
you know,
Tira is kind of like
alignments
life and
stuff.
light. Like,
Right.
what kind of cleric is Anthony?
actually,
a light-
A fighter one, a warrior, a war cleric.
A war cleric.
Yeah.
Okay.
because he's fighting for her return.
But there's multiple like
Right.
gods that you can serve and be that.
Now, in D&D, man, you can have just an enormous pantheon.
Oh yeah, there's thousands of gods out there
Right.
from all different mythologies and whatever.
That's why I limited mine specifically
Yeah.
to like.
Well, I killed all mine and just like pretty much let y'all make up one or two.
Yeah, I kind of like a limited array of them.
Yeah.
That makes it. A little
No, I kind of have planned for like I don't know. I have some plans. We'll see how they go.
I like a lot of the concept from Game of Thrones, where it's like there's the old gods, then there's these newer gods, and
then there's the fire god.
That's no, I don't like that part. No, I'm just I like the concept of like the gods that started everything, and then like beings of immense power that rose to basically to vacate their or to take up their vacated like seat because they don't care anymore. They did their thing. They created life, and so what? Move on. So I like the concept of like different sects of gods that do different things, or are there for different reasons.
Greek mythology, the gods defeat the Titans.
Yeah. I love Greek mythology and Egyptian mythology. I have two. Of my
What was
favorites.
this? What was Gaia in the sky considered? They weren't Titans.
Do what?
What was-
Gaia?
yeah.
She was
She's a Titan.
Titan.
Was she Titan? Okay.
Yeah, she was the mother of the Greek
I knew
gods.
she. No, she. I thought she was the mother of Titans as well.
Maybe. There's a lot of that in Greek
I
mythology.
used to know more about.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Like I know
Yeah,
Kronos.
Gaia.
Kronos is a Titan,
Yeah, I know. I think.
and he was like the king of the Titans, and he's the one who birthed like all of the gods.
I thought the mother was involved. There was a mother involved too.
Yeah, Kronos and Gaia are
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it was Kronos and Gaia.
the parents of most of the gods.
Because it was Gaia that saved Zeus from Kronos' wrath, and then Zeus turned around and cut all his brothers out of Kronos.
Right.
With the help of, and then he got the help of the Cyclopses. That's why they were the only group of
Maybe I'm
Titan
thinking of the
class.
Cyclopses.
The Cyclopses were the only group of Titan class creatures that weren't banished to Cocytus. Is that the right word? Is that where they were sent? Anyway, that like prison in the bottom of all existence.
Tartarus?
Tartarus. That's it. It's Tartarus. They were banished.
Coitus
there
was a cool word though.
Cocytus is the deepest, darkest layer of the abyss. I just wasn't sure in Greek mythology if that's where the Titans were also banished.
But yeah, as far as our deities go, no, there's not too many. But I think it's interesting to just see more coming up because I said this in the last game as Tira to Buck, like you have started a revival of all of these deities, like because people are like, oh, well, this one's back.
Right.
Let me look into this. You
Yeah,
know?
right.
So halflings will start wanting to find someone. Elves will want to start to find someone. All that stuff. So like, yeah, I mean, we get back to the Inkling Mountain cave system, there might like that temple might have a couple more statues being built
back up or whatever.
What's keeping a human from worshiping Tumath? What's keeping a halfling from worshiping Tira?
My stupidity, because
Racism.
Racism is keeping them from happening.
I think that when I first introduced Tira in like campaign or episode, like maybe even the prequel, I said that she was the god of humanity. But then we go to the Inkling Cave system, and that one lady who is over the entire, I don't even remember her name. It's actually coming to my mind, but I can't. It's
Shayana.
She was like, I think a halfling who was trying to get through to Tira, and Tira's ignoring her and stuff, and you know, that just, why choose Buck and not this person who's obviously devoted, you know? So, well, wrong race. So that's just how it kind of come out to...
Yeah, well, it didn't have to be a racial thing. It could have just been...
I just decided to make it a racial thing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
And it could be that when they regain power that there's like more to it, because technically Tumath also kind of indirectly represents the god of blacksmithing.
Right.
It's just the only two we've been introduced to. One isn't even a blacksmith. I'm not gonna say who that is. But the other was.
Maybe you could maybe they just, since they're like the same race or the traditional god of that race, they found it easier to make contact.
Well, even in the
descendant.
Tumath may have created the dwarves though, with the story that was told, you know.
I think you said
Can you give us...
Well, he said that the story is so old that he doesn't even remember if it's true, so...
Right. Can you give us a lore reason, Seth, why Tumath would choose Erst over the female dwarven blacksmith, who quite clearly cared more about Tumath and knew more about him than Erst? Can you tell us that in lore?
Well, just Orist is more powerful. I mean, she might be more devoted, but that doesn't equal power.
Urus could be used. Plus, Urus was already plugged into the plane of the gods.
Right. That was a good answer. I was hoping to throw Seth off.
Yeah, he answered quickly.
He did good.
He's had to think about it.
And he sits there and thinks he's a bad DM.
I am such a bad DM,
you know
y'all.
your
Seth,
world.
you're a really good
I am
DM.
such a
and
bad
everybody
DM.
that listens to the podcast says that.
Yeah, like when you're talking about like the little things.
Hey, I will say, I don't know how many times Matt has called Laura Bailey's character's name Laudna, which is his wife's character's name, and that makes me feel so much better every time it happens. But me, I just completely forget y'all's names.
Yeah, I completely.
But I think it probably would be a little bit better if we were playing every week, you know. Which we're playing weekend to weekend right here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
I didn't even have time to think about what I was going to do. It's so great.
This coming Saturday, we're playing at Ryan's house. That's a full month of D&D.
Wow, y'all are.
You're going to be in a lot of
4
trouble,
games.
Seth.
I know.
You're so getting
I know Malachi's wanting to play Tyrell's game, so I mean, we better be playing.
He's got that tight, yeah. Tyrell.
I can't keep up with it. I'm getting so lost.
Not me. I'm only in one game.
Yeah.
You're not DMing anymore?
No.
You used to DM for your girlfriend, and then you also used to DM for your school.
Neither one of those happen right now.
Oh, man. And then, me and Ryan saw each other at Taco Bell the other day, and he told me a bunch about y'all's campaign. So I'm plugged into that one now, too.
Ryan's campaign. Oh, it's so good to play.
You know, I've got so much, written back that I'm afraid that y'all aren't going to hit, you know.
Don't worry about that.
You run the risk of that.
Right.
That's why you shouldn't plan too much.
Yeah, that's why I just make everything up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's maybe a little bit too far. Too far the other way. You want to create broad things and then leave yourself room to make stuff up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, AJ, of everything I told you, what do you think? Do I have too much already written, or?
I don't know. I mean, it didn't seem like it to me, which you just kind of told me the overarching plot.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like it to me. I just, when you were talking about, how, you had stuff planned for a certain city and, expecting them to go there and stuff like that, that's where you write yourself into a corner, because then they don't necessarily want to do that.
Yeah, I found that out real fast.
So it would be cool to have,
I feel like you looked at me.
I might have.
I think if it was me,
Am I a bad player?
No, you're a good player.
You're a good player.
You're a good player, and I'm a bad DM.
You're tough to DM for, Seth, because your brain works differently than a lot of people.
I don't. I try to follow the carrots.
So does his NPCs.
I know what it's like to not have players
they're
not
both
following the
equally
carrot.
as frustrating. No, I don't.
I try to follow the carrot.
Yeah, no, you do well.
I just don't always realize when the carrot is changing directions.
If I was to run like a long-term campaign, homebrew world, all that type of stuff, like probably what I would do is make a list of NPC characters, just basic like name, race, and job. And it's like, okay, we're gonna go to Smithtown. Okay, well, we're in Smithtown. I'm going to pull this character into this name of this bar, and that's the guy.
You know what's crazy? You never know who's going to hit. What?
You're not going to do Mrs. Joy from Pokemon. It's like, this is Nurse Joy. I'm also Nurse Joy. That's my
no, I wouldn't do that.
I want to do that.
That's kind of funny. It wouldn't bother me to do that at all.
It's so funny.
If we, like, yeah, it'd be funny to, like, to have a shopping mart or a buy and large that every town has just the same exact store. That's funny. Like, it might not work too great.
It's like a family business. They're all brothers.
Yeah. Or like just like clones of themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the dude. They make you think different. Guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. I want him to be in every town now. It's funny though. Like, we haven't named him that I know of, or I don't remember. But
he was
like,
I don't think we named him.
It's funny what characters kind of hit. Like, why have y'all kept going back to Beatrix's? Why have y'all not went back to the potion guy? You know, like, it's weird how.
Well, part of that is what they sell.
Beatrix is more. She kind of has a little bit of everything. No, she doesn't have potions.
No, she doesn't have potions.
But
we'll go to the potion guy when we need potions.
I guess.
I think they also cleaned out the potion guy.
Which makes me think, we got all of Corvus's money, didn't we?
Yeah.
Brian
Mistra did.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mistra.
well, I was going to say, like, right now, because we're not near the Inkling or anybody that is hiring us to do anything, we're not making any money. So we're
We've so much money.
Yeah, we've been doing good finding money.
You stole
and dewberries.
Yeah.
Buck wants to give back.
No, he did not want to give that back. Tate did not want to give that money back. That's like, usually Tate and Buck line up on what they want to do. Tate did not want to give that
I'm just
money
saying,
back.
like, we just have to, kind of like take what we can get, because we can't expect, like, oh, we went and conquered this thing and now the Inkling's going to pay us 1,000 gold each. Like, that's not going to happen because we're not getting there.
Right.
Okay, so we ended up, I for those listening, I sent a very raw mix of the podcast out to the group so we could listen to it before this episode, just in case we needed to catch up on anything.
I listened to the whole thing.
I didn't finish it, got close, but
I wanted to.
so we decided that maybe Beatrix would be a plug to get us to a teleportation circle that we could use to get the kids to Juniper Grove.
Apparently she's a plug back
That
to
that seems kind of far-fetched, but at the same time, that seems like that's probably a good idea.
Yeah,
and
it feels
then
like a-
with what happened towards the end of the episode where we were talking to her, she obviously knows something.
Seemed like it.
Yeah, she knows something more than we know right now.
Yeah.
But if she was Inkling,
We just glossed over the circle, though.
Dalinar would have told. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We can finish up
I started
talking
with
about
them.
Beatrix. We can talk
So,
about
well, I'm thinking, like, she knows we're in a jam, but who is she? Because
You need to get over if you're going to Pizza Hut.
you need to get over, it's on the right.
Yes, it's done by Walmart.
What? No one. Oh,
Yes,
I
it
didn't
is.
realize. Oh, I forgot. I thought it was right here where right there. That's where I was thinking it was.
Not for like
Crap.
3 years now.
Well, do we go out this? How do we get to Anthony's house?
I have no clue how to get that.
We can probably do it from this way,
Probably.
actually.
Oh yeah, because you can get back to this road at the very least.
So go on about Beatrix.
She's obviously not Inkling, or Dalinar would have told us.
Right. No, Dalinar told y'all that he has no
connection.
no connections down here.
But Evelyn didn't say she has no connections down here.
That's true.
And she said she knew of Evan. So I don't know if they're somehow in cahoots, or if they're both just. They're both very similar, just as far as being traveling merchants with pocket dimension shops and like.
That's so funny that you see them as similar, because I see them almost as polar opposites.
They're opposites in how they behave, but like they both do the same thing. They are the rare item people.
Well, Evelyn truly is the potions person, though. She's not giving out swords and stuff.
That's true.
Like, she is a walking
I think
apothecary.
JJ is basically saying how they operate.
Right.
Like the use dimensional spells to make things easier on herself.
Yeah.
I don't remember Beatrix. I don't know if that was the episode I was out.
You were
or-
on.
Yeah, okay, then that explains it.
So if you're
See,
talking
I don't-
about
and
like
her name might have been Tabitha. You said you thought her name was Tabitha.
I don't know
It
where-
might
yeah,
have
I
been.
pulled
It might
that
have
out of
been. I
thin
don't know. But I thought she wasn't even named at the time when she's just.
I
a
like
wild
Beatrix
character.
way better than Tabitha.
Yeah.
Maybe she lied to us better now.
My name's really Tabitha.
But if you're thinking
Just Seth
about it
being
like,
a bad DM. not
like
writing
okay,
any
so
notes down.
if you're thinking about it like a video game, you could be like, Okay, so each big city has this type of merchant. Like Derry, and now at the Inkling, it's Evelyn. She sells magic items. And then we have this she's the potion she sells potions. So she's the big potion seller, with all the weird stuff at the biggest shop. And then Beatrix is the item person in this other town. I mean, that just kind of, as like a network, that seems to make sense. Is there somebody in the Dying Lands? Who knows?
Wait a second.
Y'all's never going to go to the Dying Lands.
Y'all met Beatrix
How
while I was
do you
out?
got that figured?
Oh, I just figured. I mean, why would you go to the Dying Lands?
You're going to have a whole region of your map that we're not going to go to that has a story all of its own?
That happens all the time.
Yeah, that happens all the
Fantasy.
We got to go there for some reason.
You don't have to go to the College of Winterhold in Skyrim, but you do.
It's a little bit out of the way, but if you
very out of the way.
if you want good spells, you got to go.
I mean, maybe the king and we'll attack Dude Gyke and you'll have to go save him or something. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
But
I think Gillard wants to get a set of very fancy armor.
Yeah,
That comes from somewhere in the Dying Lands.
I think Seth will
Why
ever.
Why do you assume it comes from the Dying Lands?
Didn't the
Jake.
letter?
Because of what I said.
We don't know this, Jake.
Because when I thought,
We don't know what's true.
But didn't the letter come from Dying Lands?
No, it was just from a J.
yeah, from
I thought
And
that was
What the
hyped.
for lease? Oh, it's next to it. Oh my gosh! Y'all keep
don't
talking.
know.
I'm gonna go
I
in.
They
don't
have a
know.
drive-in.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did
It's over
they
there.
around there?
Yeah. On that side of the
Yes.
Okay, well I just don't know if it's not done yet.
Podcast never stops.
AJ thought they were in that other place from 3 years ago. So
I haven't been to
So,
Pizza.
was there a question about
Needs to
Beatrix
be
or
better.
anything?
I mean, I have lots of questions
there
about
was. I
Beatrix.
just don't remember now.
I don't think
I
any
was
of
just
them that
wondering
you'd
if,
answer.
are we just completely on a whim thinking that she could connect? If she can't do a teleportation circle, she could maybe find somebody who could.
I mean, she seems like that would be in her wheelhouse. to
Yeah,
know.
I would think that she would know at least
Yeah.
somebody. So I think that's a good lead.
All right, we're gonna take a break.
And then we're going to talk about the circle.
Pause.
Oh, no, y'all can keep
Pause.
talking. I don't care.
Tell them to say hi. They're on second
we're doing
comment.
a podcast,
Especially if
right?
it's Samantha.
What better way of getting new listeners than to have them say something on the podcast?
Thank you.
Just name drops, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm just getting them like, hey, you're on the
You're on a podcast. Say hi. Speaking of which, hello to the two people that AJ met at Walmart. Hopefully you make it this
Oh, yeah.
far.
Let's see if they make it this far. They'll probably be skipping Say It in Commons if they're trying to catch up. I know one dude listened to the Session 0 in Episode 1.
He texted you about it or something?
No, I saw him the next day. He listened.
at Walmart.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, those Session Zeros are so cringy. I hate them.
I like him.
I hate sending them. to
We didn't
people.
know anything yet.
Right.
Here you go.
Thank you.
So that was just me being really
Well,
bad.
who
I
wants to
think.
be... what are y'all going to do here? Can you put him in the middle?
Yeah.
Use him as an
That's
armrest?
Cameron's seat.
See, we could have fit.
I wish Cameron was sitting right there right now. You know what? I was thinking. When we were like in Greenbrier Bottoms, I was sitting here silently, not listening to what y'all were saying because you were talking about Titans or something. And I was thinking that whole time, why was there no communication if Cameron was in Drasco? Like
Right.
nobody knew that.
Yeah.
And
Why
he
was
knew we
calling
would have been
Tyrell?
leaving earlier.
Yeah.
And Tyrell said that he had texted
Frustration.
Cameron had texted Tyrell to ask if they could ride together. But
Frustration.
I guess Cameron thought he had time.
I don't know.
But if we're getting over here at 6, then no, we're going to be leaving at 4:30. Everybody would be. So yeah, that's just nobody even knew Cameron was in Drasco.
Yeah, that's
the
what I was
last
about to
I
say.
heard, he was
He was
driving
driving
from
himself.
From
Yeah,
Springdale.
4-hour drive, he said.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the last thing
Two
you put on
Anthony's.
the.
Yes. Exactly.
Like, why would you drive to here first? That's like that's 3.5, and then you're going to drive another 1 or 2
So
to
he
He's
had
gonna
Chandler.
bum a ride.
He added 30 minutes to his trip, basically, because of not communicating.
I mean, well, yeah, but why would you drive 3.5 hours out of the way
probably
just to
came
go
home
get a
yesterday.
ride? Yeah, he probably did, and that's fine.
yeah.
And he could have just told us that if that was going to be the case, and we would have made arrangements.
I'm guessing
Oh.
this is still not going to be on the podcast.
It might be, but I was telling everybody, meet at my house, and we'll all that way we don't have to drive 4 vehicles up here.
Right.
Like we could have easily done it with 2, even if we had Kyle.
Yeah, now we have 3.
Now we have 3 up here.
So he only drives 4 hours sometimes.
2 Anthony's would have been 4 hours.
I think
No, I know,
it's
but
got to be
It's
close
a long
to 4.
drive. It's up towards Rogers.
Yeah, it's probably close to the same to come to your house. I would think.
I thought he said 4 hours to get to Seth's house. I didn't know.
No. He said 4 hours. to get to
I did it one
Anthony's
time
house.
before we were doing the podcast. Remember when I had gone to Malachi's college graduation, and I left from there and drove to Anthony's house to play D&D. You remember that,
Yeah.
Seth? Yeah, and we were playing, what were we playing? Curse of Strahd?
Maybe.
I think so. Before the podcast. Pre-podcast D&D days.
Like we keep saying, AJ needs to be better.
That's not what why am I going this way? Somebody get the GPS rolling so if I can figure out if I can connect from over here. I think I can.
All right, so the circle.
Is anybody going to GPS? I'm
yeah.
dead serious. Like, I don't know.
Where's your
Honestly, it's right here.
Take us to Anthony Tate's house.
Anthony has texted. Are y'all headed this way?
Tell him to send
General
you.
direction.
Oh crap! I don't know Anthony's address. Let me pull it up with that text message.
AJ, was your blood boiling when he sent the latitude, longitude? Or did
No.
you think it was funny?
I didn't think it was funny, but I mean, my blood wasn't really boiling. Screw you, Anthony.
Is this it? 4 Oaks Lane? No, what is that?
Yeah, 75 4 Oaks Lane, Charlotte.
Tyrell is here. Why is Tyrell?
What are you doing? Oh my God!
What in the world?
What is happening?
This is why we did say it in common, just for these kind of moments right here.
So what we have is somebody pulling out to the left in front of me into oncoming traffic.
Which
I
is
guess they thought I was going to go by them. But they pull out and sit in the middle of the highway. There's not a turn lane there. And just sit in the way. About cause a wreck.
Turn left, 233.
1 mile.
Oh, this is not the right way then.
Yeah, it goes over there.
Yeah.
Cuts back across.
Yeah, I know that cutoff.
Can I keep this up here?
Yeah.
The circle.
Did y'all like the circle?
Yes.
They were cool. They were cool.
And it was...
Out of character, I liked it.
See, I wish Tyrell was here for this. 'cause
I wish you could have... yeah, I know he did. I think it's really cool the way you delegate creating things.
Yeah.
Which I know it probably makes it easier so that you don't have to. But, like, Dustin created the academy. That was his realm because Gillard was in there. That way, he knows the most about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. Tyrell is working for the circle. Corvus is working
It's kind
for
of
the circle.
frustrating. Like, I cheapen them a lot, probably, because I mean, if Corvus would have been there, they probably would have been more of an asset to y'all and more interested in helping y'all. So I kind of downgraded them majorly.
I don't think we want their help.
Yeah, no, they were always vampires.
I know.
I was going to say, I don't think Corvus's death. I feel like Corvus's death kind of limits their involvement.
Right.
I don't think that them being vampires.
See, it's
does,
ironic,
because-
like-
Max
yeah.
Street.
Shut up, Siri.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even Siri. It's Alexa or something. What?
Oh, right, not an iPhone.
Can I?
Just mute it. Just
I don't know how. Do that. I think
So,
I saw the
volume
speaker
down.
icon.
So yeah, like I was doing hay, you know, and I call like half of the crew trying to figure out some stuff before the last game and stuff. And I called Tyrell. I was like, "So what do you think? Like, with Corvus dead, does the circle even care about this group?" And he's kind of like, "Well, I don't know, maybe not." And I'm like, "I just don't see it. It doesn't make too much sense. Like, I don't think they'd be angry at them for you dying, but I don't see them being all that interested in being pals now either."
You don't think they do the enemy of my enemy?
Yeah, but they wouldn't probably wouldn't dedicate resources towards it.
Right.
I think they think that we're
They were
going to do
more
their job
interested in
for
putting resources toward Corvus.
I think that
if we kill the Bathories, it's good for them.
Yeah. But
So
they
I
probably
think-
don't think y'all are. You know?
Yeah,
like,
true.
There was never this moment that like Hornbeam was this really dangerous threat. Like he was old and he was in charge and he had power, but he never felt like a threat. I definitely feel like Seth made him feel like a threat.
Yes, the Bathories.
They definitely.
I am
feel
scared to
dangerous.
face. I am honestly scared.
I wasn't
That-
when Thrin escaped, but I'm a little more intimidated now with the little proclamation that they're going to get us.
Like
And
I have
then-
been ever since the ball.
There was just the ball.
I have honestly been scared of the Bathories.
Oh, I'm very scared of them.
Nice. I've never, because I guess just from my perspective and then from Gillard's, they just seem like they're there and they're basically just Hornbeam too. But now it's like they've acknowledged that we're annoying them, and then they step up out in the open in front of everybody and say, "Look, we're going to take care of them, and then we're going to throw a party."
I never really thought of Hornbeam as like a threat of himself. I always thought like a fight with him would be a bunch of black cloaks,
Right.
and you kind of think of like, get out of the way. you kind of think of it as like a video game. Okay, it's the first boss, like, only does melee damage or whatever. You know, he doesn't have a bunch of extra powers. And that,
I thought that fight was
it was really good.
Crazy.
It was.
What level we were at, wasn't
it was not what I was expecting.
The cone of anti-magic.
It totally backfired on the beholder.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the anti-magic, and then there was
everyone had the
death
rings.
ray.
The Academy strikes again.
So
that's just the classic. Don't give your players any items because you don't know how it's gonna bite you in the butt later.
Yeah.
well,
That was funny.
the circle. I wish you could have been in my head when it clicked that they were vampires.
Yeah.
I'm so ignorant about stuff. You're showing us pictures of this dude. He's got glowing red eyes, and I was just like,
I didn't find that
he's
picture.
scary.
Tyrell found that picture. Tyrell found
That's
that picture.
why I asked. I was like, "Do his eyes glow like in the picture?" Seth was like, "Yeah, kind of." I was like, "Did it? He's not human."
It clicked when we asked if they had any weaknesses, and Chick was like,
Yeah, like we're gonna tell you.
I was like,
That was
oh
Cameron.
my gosh. And at that point, I was like, we have got to get out of here. I got so scared. I was sick sitting
Okay,
there.
well,
That was super funny.
what's your take on Cameron saying? But there's no.
Oh my
They don't grow any
They don't
crops
grow
there.
any
That
crops.
was-
I don't know if he meant it in game. I don't know if he meant it in game.
I don't care.
But honestly, like, this is something I've realized about Urist, and it's weird. I don't consider any of y'all's characters stupid by any means.
No.
But Urist keeps doing stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're dumb.
Yeah, it's like I honestly don't know if he's playing that person.
It's so good to see you. And then that, no, he's just recently, I feel like, getting stupid. And I don't understand.
Like, what is his intelligence score?
I don't know.
Is he
I
playing
don't
like
know.
intelligence 6? Or
I don't know. 'Cause
No,
I
his
used to think
dope
he
stat
tried
was
to feel smart. I felt like Urist used to try to appear intelligent.
I mean, he
and
should be
just
smart because
doesn't seem very smart
he
anymore.
grew up in a noble home where he was educated.
He
Well,
technically should be the most educated of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, he. I remember he passed whatever Seth's check was to know about some garbage about vampires.
Him
yeah.
and Thren should be the intelligent ones.
Thren should be the most intelligent because he's a wizard.
And then,
But that's really the only reason.
like, I feel like me and Gillard are kind of like the street smart ones that are kind of watching people's
Gillard's the
backs.
strongest, but I'm actually weaker than you at the moment because of those gauntlets. Your gauntlets put you one
Yeah,
score
but-
higher than me, but we have the same bonus. But I do plan on getting my strength up over the
Yeah,
next
I
4
mean, as
levels.
far as fighting, you're better than me in combat for sure.
if
Y'all are
Dustin
closer. Once you got that life stealing sword, I think that made a major. And getting that 19 in strength, y'all.
I
y'all
have to see if Thren
Yeah.
wants that back.
I'm so curious
Yeah,
to see
because
how
Thren doesn't have a sword now.
Yeah,
Thren doesn't have anything.
I may have to give it back to him in that case. But if we fight the Bathories, that's going to be a huge deal, probably.
he doesn't need
he doesn't need
to
it.
be in melee combat.
Can Quincy let go of that sword?
See?
He likes it now. He would give it back to Thren if Thren asked him.
He was
And he'll
asking
ask
about the
Thren about
voice.
If
it.
he can.
But the voice. Oh, I forgot about
We
that.
didn't even talk about that last game.
Yeah, no, we didn't. Because he has to tell us about it. He
Yeah,
hasn't.
we don't know anything about it.
Right.
If he tells anybody, it'd be Thren. Probably. He may not even tell anybody else.
Okay. Let's finish about the circle because I got some other stuff I want to talk about.
Okay. I definitely thought they were really cool. So in my mind, I was thinking you had an empty vial and it got filled with her
Right.
blood.
No.
And
So what it was? Everyone failed their perception check. If y'all have passed the perception check, you'd have seen her like cut her neck or her artery
With
with
the-
a finger. And like gotten a chalice full of blood, and then handed y'all saw her hand a healing potion,
Healed
over
her back
to
up.
to
Okay.
heal her back
Okay.
up.
Okay, so the interpretation that I got at the time was that the girl was handing the potion to the
Right,
vampire,
no.
and I thought it was her blood, and it was supposed to be like a healing potion because she's a vampire.
No. Use because the healing potions they're red with blue helixes. We've said that.
Right.
That's what they all look like.
Okay.
So no, you
You know
saw a
what,
healing.
what would be really cool, and I thought of this. I thought that might be what you're doing because you said they kept putting their cup up to their neck or whatever.
Yeah, I
what if it
definitely-
was like? What if you had like a bladed goblet? And you
yeah.
just shink and
Yeah.
just turn it on
That'd
like a
be cool.
faucet.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. What if that's what they? So those could have been bladed goblins.
Yeah, just like turning a tap on.
Yeah, it's like it'd be like lipped, and then the blade would go up, and so it could
Yeah.
catch and fill.
But no, like if y'all would have gotten those perception checks, and y'all can just guess now, like they are not much. They're just the batteries on about 20 tiers lower ranking level.
They're just kind of trying to get started.
They're for their pleasures, they're what they want. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Which makes me think.
You got Silas over there, like just messing around with 2 girls.
What if we
Silas is the boss.
What if we kill the batteries and don't kill them, and then they take over?
I don't know.
At the moment, they would be the force that would take over this area.
Maybe what can happen is,
That
okay,
way north.
we kill the batteries. It's going to be a transition of power, but maybe we can get the Inkling in there to kind of.
I don't see how that would happen. They're probably at max with the Hornbeak Force, in my opinion. And plus, it doesn't really benefit them to spread their ranks on 2 opposite sides of the King's Castle, which is in the center of the whole thing. That means he can take a force out and wipe someone out.
That is kind of true. But we know that the circle doesn't work for the king. So
yeah, I mean,
it still disables the Veiled Ghost.
Right. And that could be the thing is we can say, look, you need to. We could pretty much just threaten the hell out of him and then walk out.
See, that was always kind of the problem with Corvus, whether he left with y'all or not. Like, if y'all managed to kill the battery with Corvus, would Corvus have just been a part of the circle takeover and been happy with that?
I would think.
I feel like probably.
Yeah. I never knew what what Tyrell. That's why I wish he was here. Sorry, Tyrell. Sorry.
See, I've asked him a couple times, and he kind of is always wishy-washy on it. I don't think he really knew either.
Right.
He just needed a break from Thren, and that's what we gave him.
Yeah. That's what he chose.
Right.
But I definitely like his choices. I think it definitely fit with the theme that you didn't want us to say for a long time.
We missed so much with his Dampier. Like,
I missed a lot. It was just annoying the hell out of me.
See, there was supposed to be, like, every time he was around blood, he was supposed to, like, make a check, and then there was certain things that we could have done interesting with it. Like, he might have had to go feed, or he could have, like...
Does the Dampier have to feed as well?
Is that an older thing?
I thought they got rid of it. Older thing, yeah. It was.
Do they have
They did get rid of it, but I liked the thematics of it, and I told them I want to do it. We just always forgot to do it.
Right.
Do Dampiers have sunlight sensitivity?
Probably.
He was out in the sunlight all the time.
I don't think so. If y'all have noticed, y'all have seen all of the batteries out in the sun.
Well, they had an umbrella. Freya did.
Well, that's right. You did say there was an umbrella.
That's true. But just now, when they did that speech, they were out in the...
True.
Yeah, that was midday.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed the circle. They became a lot more of a shadowy substance than I think that we planned on beforehand. Like they were knocked down a few pegs by Corvus dying.
I think the interpretation that I had received from them, they ended up being exactly what I kind of was afraid that they would be.
I think that if Corvus would have stayed alive, they would have been a lot more put together. Now they're just kind of hiding rats almost, like just getting what they can to survive. They would have been a bit more of a militia kind of thing if Corvus would have brought y'all there.
Right.
Still, just the fact that they're vampires, you can't trust that they're going to do anything good.
You don't know if they're vampires.
I know they're vampires.
Well, they didn't tell us they were vampires.
It was funny listening and being like Tate's like just going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not there.
Oh, that was it.
You're not there.
Missed
You're
it.
not there.
I missed it.
Are we almost there?
Yeah,
We're so early.
We're almost there, yeah. I didn't know how long it would take to get here. I forgot.
Technically 45 minutes.
I was
Just
super
use somebody's
disappointed with Thren's return.
Why?
Why?
Oh,
I felt like no one, it wasn't exciting.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Boy,
Which you'd have made a bad, you'd have attacked him.
I wouldn't. I would have restrained him like I did Erst.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. Y'all are a
lackluster.
Y'all are a shady ass party. All the shit y'all get into. Y'all just gonna beat both those out. I mean, Erst is working for an evil god, and I mean, just kind of freaks out, blows up the library, and reappears.
I was a little bit disappointed with the Thren thing too, but it was because we couldn't get too excited because we're scared of it.
And Thren knows nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's also like if it hadn't have been if Tyrell hadn't been a factor in that and it was just an NPC, probably would have gone a lot differently.
Right. I don't know.
Was really
I feel like y'all were
about casting Moonbeam on him because it has the extra effect on shape changers.
Yeah.
Smart.
Visceral was really
He
thinking about
turned into
casting
a bat.
I kind of felt like y'all were meaner to Tyrell and Corvus when y'all first met him because he was a PC, though. I don't know if an NPC would have come in like that, if y'all would have been so bad.
Oh, absolutely.
well,
Seth, I'm mean to your NPCs all the time.
You are.
well,
You
when
hate
he
my NPCs.
when he's the one that just tried to commit a murder of a political figure and then drops down on our heads in an alley.
Yeah.
You're telling me you don't think we would have treated him the same way if he wasn't Tyrell? I don't think so.
No, I really don't think that y'all would have attacked him so hard.
I wonder
I
what
think that y'all
door
attacked him because y'all were frustrated that Thren was gone and that he had come up with a new character. Yeah, I think that y'all were a little bit rougher on him than y'all would because if you think about it, if a NPC would have just popped in and been like, hey, that was me, I just tried to kill that person, y'all want to work together? Y'all would have been like, yeah, let's do it.
No, I disagree. I think
that y'all were a little bit meaner because it was Tyrell's new character. That's what I think.
Maybe a little bit,
Yeah,
because
I
I didn't
agree,
want him
yeah.
to change characters. It probably is true, but I think if it was an NPC...
If it's an NPC, that's a pretty strong NPC. Like, oh, you have a plan. We can infiltrate. Like, yeah, but y'all know that Tyrell can't have any
but the
bigger
way he
plans
went
to
out
it.
of his way to pick us, we enter that ball and he starts talking in our heads
Yeah.
and like, who are you? Who do you work for? You know?
Maybe.
And we just made it. We just got there.
Yeah.
If I was being mean about anything, I was punishing Tyrell's awkwardness in a character that just really was in a really strenuous situation to join the party.
Are we? I mean, I guess we're ending this thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, wait, Seth said he wanted to bring us something else. Is that it?
That was it, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just how I was
Okay.
kind
Well,
of frustrated
for
with it.
common life, don't drive and podcast.
No, it's fine.
No, it went pretty
Actually, that worked right.
We'll see how good the sound
I like
is.
the
That makes
podcast
it
on the
fun.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was fun.
Anytime we have a long way to
Check
drive,
us-
maybe we'll do this.
Play Dead by Daylight with us.
Oh, yeah. Check us out on Twitch and everywhere else podcasts are sold.
Twitch.tv/commonersofD&D, Instagram and Facebook, Commoners Official, TigerSkullRPG.com, Commoners 30 for 30% off everything in the store.
And the other thing's gone, right?
And give us 5 stars on the podcast.
Please,
Like
yes.
7 other people already have.
Yeah, because we're the best.
Bye!